This week, I asked my third grade class to imagine what it would be like to travel anywhere in the world and to think about why they would want to travel there. This is the trip they imagined. Our trip began at Poly Elementary School in Bakersfield, California. From here, we hopped on a plane and flew all the way down to Anaheim, California, where the students wanted to see the hotels of Disneyland. They also wanted to see the Rise and Attraction, but they're more fascinated with the hotels of Disneyland. After we got done visiting these hotels, we jumped back on our plane and flew just a little bit further south in California down to Carlsbad, to Legoland, where they could use their imaginations to build and create whatever they needed to, specifically big Lego cars. Once we were done building our big Lego cars, we hopped back on our plane and we flew just a little bit further south into SeaWorld. They've just finished working on animal reports, and animals are fresh on their minds. So they wanted to go to SeaWorld where they could see killer whales. Once they were done checking out the killer whales, they hopped back on their planes. We flew across the country into the state of New York, where we hopped on a ferry and went over to visit the Statue of Liberty. After we were done visiting the Statue of Liberty, we hopped back on our plane, took a much longer flight this time, all the way across the ocean into Paris, France, where we visited the Eiffel Tower. After we climbed all the way to the top, we hopped on the plane, flew a little bit further, a lot further, into Japan. They wanted to go to Japan for two reasons. One, to see the active volcano known as Mount Fujiyama. And two, so that they could eat some sushi. After eating all of that sushi and climbing all the way to the top of the tallest peak in Japan, we hopped back on our plane. We flew over into the Pacific Ocean, where we hopped on a boat and looked for sharks. Not just any old sharks, but great white sharks. After we were done checking on sharks and making sure we didn't get eaten alive, we hopped back on our plane, exhausted from our long whirlwind trip, and we flew right back home where we started, at Poly Elementary. And we're already ready to take our next trip, but this time we're going out of this world and checking out Mars and Jupiter.